Hey, my friends, jumping back into the last part of the documentary with Akane. Um, Again, guys, I don't do them long. Nobody watches them. Um, so it's just easier to break them up. I don't want to do, well, this video is 24 minutes. Time we get done, you're talking over a half an hour. So I don't do them that way. I do them short. So we're going to finish this up here right now. Um, and then I'm going to see what I can react to just for a regular song. So, all right, let's jump back in.
Akane is a very impressive musician. For many reasons, one of them is her constant evolving. It's almost a rule among musicians to get to a certain level and then stop because that's good enough. But there's no such thing as good enough for Akane. She's constantly getting better, not only in her skills as a player, but also as a writer. There's not a single dull moment in her writing. There's always something different and interesting and creative happening. Her creativity has no limits. She almost never repeats herself. That thing where the second verse is completely different from the first, but you can still tell it.
I only agree with that one part to a certain extent. You know, musicians get to a certain part and then they go, "Oh, that's good enough." Um, I just think the people who actually make it are the ones who put in the extra time. You know what I mean? They go above and beyond. Um, like Akane did whatever she had to do to make it happen. Thousands of hours, guys, to learn your craft. Um, I just think, the vast majority of musicians out there are just, home musicians or, maybe playing a little bit of a band. Um, because the music industry is so difficult to do anything in, you can't, you really got to have something different. Or the right person has to see you. It's like winning the lottery or something. Um, I put in thousands and thousands and thousands of hours playing guitar. Um, no, it's not good enough for me. I still play and I want to continue. Um, but I'll never be Eddie Van Halen as much as I wish I could play all his stuff note for note. Um, but for me, it's the joy of it. It's fun to play a cover tune. You know what I mean? Play along with bands that I love. I agree. Akane is she's just really special. Um, Everything she went through, trying all the different instruments, finally coming into drums and having to learn the double bass drum, which totally added a different dynamic to Bandmade. Super cool.
It's the same thing. It represents the same thing. That's very impressive writing. Akane is a drummer's drummer, but she's also everybody's drummer. What I mean by that is, to someone who's not familiar with the drums, she sounds very impressive. She is, but it's not impenetrable. It's not tedious or self-serving. She's always serving the music. You can always groove to it. But when you do know what she's doing, your mind goes blank for a second because she can write these incredibly intricate parts that are also beautiful. Recent example of that is in Influencer, the transition that goes from first chorus to the second verse, and that whole part afterwards with the cross sticks and everything. I think they call it the A melody. There's so much happening there. It's so fast. It's so different. And not different from the first verse, different from everything I ever heard from her. There's more music in those, 15 seconds than in 99.99% of all music ever recorded. And you can still dance to it. Then you see her playing live. Doesn't even look like she's doing anything that hard. She doesn't call attention to herself. She just smiles and plays impossible. She hits very, very, very hard with so little effort. She's so fast. She's so precise. But she's also expressive. There's feeling in her playing. And that's what music is, or should be. Is
Should
taking
be.
your instrument and amplifying your emotions to touch people's hearts. Akane does that. She hits.
I totally agree. That's what it should be. However, for most musicians, it's not. There are only certain people that you can actually um, kind of feel that with. Certain artists. And Akane's definitely one of them. But I also think the rest of the band members are like that. It's just you can express your emotions with an instrument or your voice. It's super cool. I think this guy has definitely got a thing about zombies. He's got World War Z, other zombie books on the shelf. Pretty cool. Um, but yeah, I agree. I mean, it doesn't look hard what she's doing. Um, but, you know, the practice she put in is what makes it that way. If you sit down and you are a drummer and start to play this stuff, it can take some time to learn it, but you can learn it. It's not impossible. It's not impossible to learn anything that anybody plays. It's just um, how bad do you want it? How much time are you willing to put in to learn that stuff? Same for me, guys. Same thing. I could probably learn some Eddie Van Halen, not note for note or perfect. Um, I just got to put the time in to learn it, which I have not had time to do because I'm always on here reacting for you guys. Um, but yeah, I get this guy. Definitely makes sense.
It's very hard with incredible speed and precision, but she's also putting herself, her feeling into her music. She's joy, she's happiness, fun to be around. She jokes around. She says random things, and her playing is also like that. Her drumming, her music is joyous, is happy, is pleasurable and surprising, and connects the songs. And she's constantly getting better at it, and that's very impressive.
Where do I even begin with Akane? Oh, I've tried covering her drums so many times. Never really got them right because they're so complex. She's definitely the hardest drummer I've ever tried to cover. The skills required alone are insane, but it's not only the skill, it also requires an insane amount of memory skills because she's constantly changing up her drum patterns, keeping things fresh. It never gets stagnant, but it's so hard to remember all the different little changes she makes. And somehow she's still able to smile through all of it while she's playing. She plays with so much power, so much energy, and perfectly complements all the other instruments around her. You can tell from what she's playing that she listens to her fellow bandmates and does what she can to accentuate their parts instead of just playing underneath them or playing over them. She gives the song exactly what it needs. Such a well-rounded drummer. Okay, I'll shut up now.
Once again, I've been telling you the story of someone who has been in love with music since forever and tried many instruments until she found the one that was perfect for her: drums. Even though she was alone in her club during high school, without a drum kit to practice on at home, Akane did her best to learn the basics by herself and was able to join a music school and pursue her goal of becoming a professional musician. From a child who wanted to try everything but couldn't find the motivation to keep at it, to a truly passionate musician, Akane kept doing her best to live for and from music. Working at a music restaurant to end up playing drums there, joining band MAID with Konami, and within this already incredible band, learning and evolving towards this image of a strong hard rock female drummer she always wanted to be associated with. Akane wanted to prove that gender has nothing to do with her drumming and how hard band MAID's music is, and we can all agree that she does this every time she hits her drums. No matter how difficult it was, no matter how many obstacles she faced, Akane destroyed everything in her way so she could achieve what makes her special as a person and a drummer.
Stay with me, you carry like a moment. I never change. That love is beautiful.
Yep. Wow. Anyway, guys, yeah, I mean, she is incredible, and she does everything she does. I mean, she's done it a million times, and that's what it takes. If you want to play an instrument, that's what it takes. Practice. You know, I've had so many people say they want to learn guitar, or here, you know, Q, teach me guitar. Yeah, well, I can teach you some stuff. Um, Either they never do get a guitar, or if they do, you know, you show them some stuff and they just never bother. You say, okay, practice this, A couple days later, you want to practice? No. So most people quit. If you really want to play, guys, you can do it, whatever the instrument is. Um, so anyway, from Orangi, another great documentary, incredible Akane, um, top notch drummer, guys. All right, guys, we'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great day.